Hey music makers, in this video we're going to look at digital media, and you're going to see how one particular digital asset can change everything for you. I'm going to show you why I believe broadcast media is the best digital asset for indie recording artists, and why, if you're a DIY artist, you need to knock Spotify out of your expectations as a revenue stream. Let's take a look. To start, I need to qualify this. If you're an A-list artist like Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, or Drake, or an artist with the resources to run numerous marketing campaigns, you probably won't care. But if you're a DIY artist and you don't have the resources to stand out on Spotify, then this is for you. So for me, the first issue is the process. In my opinion, the process is a problem for independent recording artists in general. And it starts right here with the music distributors and streaming platforms. Do you want to validate and contribute to a new community of gatekeepers? When you do decide to put your music on Spotify, like everything else in life, there's a cost. You will need to spend time, energy, and resources to meet the standards of a distributor. So that distributor will make your music available on Spotify and in retail outlets. So you work really hard on social media. You post constantly on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. You do a great job. And you drive and deliver your fans straight to Spotify's front door. But Spotify wants your fans to consume streams, not buy music. As a DIY artist, you're in a bad spot. This is a catch-22. You need to have your music on Spotify, but you're not earning any money from streams. Then, when you deliver your fans right to Spotify's front door, there's no need for them to go and buy your music. So no, this is not a good process for DIY artists, and there's more. Another issue is policy. With what we know now, we can only expect Spotify to cater its business policy to favor the major record labels and A-list artists. I'm not going to throw salt on Spotify because they were able to go out and get major media powers to partner with them. Just the opposite. I think we should do the same thing. I think we need a major media power in our corner. A qualified kingpin, a partner that can stand toe-to-toe with Spotify. I think broadcast media is that partner. Broadcast media refers to traditional mass communication channels that deliver information to a broad audience. It operates on a one-way communication model where content is created and distributed by professionals to the public without direct interaction. These are actions that indie artists need. Let's look at this. When your music comes in here, something happens to it. You could say it gains weight. It becomes part of a production, part of a program. It's kind of like being certified. Your music gets packaged with other elements of entertainment like the announcer in the show and the other artists in the show. It gains mass because now it becomes part of something that's made to reach an audience that's larger than your own. Think about it. It's the job of broadcast media to lend credibility to your product and then deliver it straight to the mass market. Now, none of your other media assets do that. And there's a good reason why most indie recording artists don't use radio. It's too expensive. Radio is too expensive for DIY artists. But there's a workaround because when you don't have the money, you can partner. Now, here's something you should know. Maybe we can't afford to pay for radio, but we can definitely afford to create for radio. We can become production partners with radio. We can do this by giving program directors what they want. Easy money. Program directors at radio stations in your area and everywhere else in the world need quality entertainment for their listeners. If you can give that to them, at no expense to them, that's a great way to get what you want on the radio. Now, there's tremendous opportunity in producing entertainment for broadcast networks. Once we produce the entertainment, we can circulate it and deliver it to the general public using this. I'm launching this channel to help you reclaim the value of your music. To be successful as independent recording artists, we need to learn and adopt new ways to sell our music. And we can do it because we have options. We can partner with music radio, and we can also become music radio. We can produce broadcast entertainment that protects the value of our music. Then we can circulate and distribute our shows to the general public with emails and text messages. We can be the music discovery that fans deserve. But for now, the dust is settled, the data is in, and as a DIY artist, it's clear. Spotify undercuts your ability for profitable music sales. Now, if you're still watching this video, you may be interested in changing that. Watch my first video. In it, I explain the process and strategy you need to make more money selling your music. I suggest we put our heads together to help make that happen. This is Radio Music Catalog. Thanks for listening.